everybody.
Hello.
We are back.
Yes, we are.
So excited.
Yes.
I want to say thank y'all. Well, we want to say thank y'all for tuning in or clicking in. We're so excited. Sorry we were a little late tonight, but we had some, we busy ladies, so we be moving and grooving. So by the time we get here, we want to be able to not have to do anything else. Just come, hang out, and have a good time talking about love unscripted. We got some stuff today, Trisha.
Yes, we do.
The first thing is that I'm so excited that people responded when I said, hey, send us some topics. We may not get to all of them today because some of them may take a little time to unpack.
Okay.
We ready. I told you one of my savings for a surprise, but I said it, but I didn't finish telling you the whole story.
So okay.
But yes, y'all. So thank y'all for clicking in. And just remember, this is live. We do also, it will also be available later since it was live. It'll be on YouTube. It'll still be on Facebook, and then also on Saturdays. It won't be this Saturday, but the next Saturday, and I'll send out a flyer. It'll be on the Block 105 online radio station. So
okay.
Yeah. Well, how you been?
I've been good. You know that. I'm chilling. I'm trying to find a girls' trip. I said I'm gonna sit back. I told one of my friends that she like, girl, you always on vacation. Oh, yes. My life is a vacation. Like, why?
I'm gonna do so I just got off the phone with my daughters. Well, one daughter, but I was on the phone with both of them yesterday. They were at me about not moving and not doing stuff. And I was always very active doing stuff, but I haven't been in a long time. Even I used to work out every day, like 2 or 3 days a week. I haven't been doing anything. Yeah, I haven't been doing anything.
That's because you quit your workout boyfriend. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
That's not it. We was gonna work out today, and that is not my boyfriend.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Because we can't have fun like that no more because I have a
and he see you lifting and your booty up and oh my god. Oh my god.
Don't make me start smiling and blushing.
Don't be.
We went to the movies last night. Speaking of which, I'll say that I know we're talking. Well, this is still Love Unscripted. We went to the movies last night and we saw Sinners. It was so good. It was really good.
Who was in that?
Michael B. Jordan actually is an exhibit, and he played it. But the guy he played with, they look like twins. They look just alike. But I had gotten my daughter had gave me some feedback from people. She was saying, "Oh, these people on TikTok and stuff make me sick because they're talking about, oh my gosh, I don't believe in demon spirits and da 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 da." So when I got there, I was like waiting for this big thing to happen where it was so horrible that God and Jesus gonna be mad at us. And when I saw, the woman did play with some little potions, but that was probably 5 minutes of the movie. She had one of them patches on her. And my thing is, we used to go watch, and the movie was about vampires. So if you saw the trailer, you knew they were about vampires. So why did you go? If you saw religious the way, you can't go see that. 2, did y'all see Thriller? Did y'all watch Thriller?
With Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I mean, they had the people come up after that. Then what's the other movie? The other show. Matter of fact, the show everybody watching, I call it The Family Business, New Orleans. They have a medicine lady on there that has a patch, the same pouch this guy had around his neck to keep away evil spirits. So let's quit being so, oh my gosh, it's a movie. But if you watched it in the right way, like I did, it actually was metaphorical for discernment, having discernment over people, because there were people that they were one thing in body, but they were somebody else. They were vampires.
They had those demons in them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so
experience.
You thought this was your brother, and and then you find later that, oh my God, this is a devil. So if you look further than looking so surface, just like with comedy, come on now, y'all, let's laugh. Can we laugh at anything without being offended about every single thing? Like, I don't know what poor Richard Pryor would have did in these days and times, Red Fox. But anyway, all of that. So we did go to the movie. We had a nice time. The movie was good. It was a nice little, because he lives close, so we walked. With the exception of me being in too much pollen and made me have a headache. It was really a nice walk because it was nice outside or whatever. So
did y'all hold hands?
No, I'm not a. If somebody grabs my hand, we talked about this. If somebody grabs my hand, I will hold it, but it's not my thing. I'm not grabbing their hand.
You won't reach out. I'll be like, hold my hand while we cross the street.
Because we in love.
Hold my hand while we cross the street.
I guess I would love it because when I see other people do it, it's like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Mm-hmm. But I guess I haven't had that to.
Girl, my dude be like,
watch
the cars, they coming. Okay.
He do that. He'll stop me if something coming or, stuff like that. Yeah. Or he told me the other day that so when you drive in, the valets take your car, and he was like, I don't understand why they don't realize all they need to know from you is get your license plate number and let you go. Why they have that much conversation? It don't take that much.
Yeah, dude. Yes, it does. It does. Tell it does. They have to get to know me.
Exactly.
Just in case this don't work out. like you really gonna mess with the valet.
Yeah. But I do be grinning and skinning. I ain't gonna lie, because that's just who I am. I don't be trying to flirt, but I be talking and laughing like, why you do that? Oh, you need my phone?
Would you want to be frowning?
I don't know. But anyway, they talking too long. But I want to bring two things up today. Someone gave this question, but also it was something that was on my mind. Actually, me and my daughter just got the phone about this. So Shannon Sharp, you know who that is? Mm-hmm. Shannon Sharp is in trouble. He's being sued for $50 million for allegedly raped his girlfriend.
When?
And she was 19, he was 50. She says that he made her. She told him she didn't want to do it anally, but he did it anyway. And then she got.
Go ahead.
She has recordings, which also I don't like that because that's a red flag for me. But she had recordings of all these other conversations.
He didn't know she was recording them.
And then he has text messages of it. And then he said, and guess who's the lawyer?
Who?
Tony Busby.
Oh my God.
Again. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure this out. How does somebody stick their penis in your
anal area
and you not know?
Well, she said he knew, and she told him not to.
No, but how did she not know? Why she didn't turn around?
Well, that's what I'm saying. She told him not to, and he did it anyway. That's why she's saying it's great.
Why did she not move?
Well, she's gonna say he's a big black man because she's white too. He's a big black man, and I couldn't move. I don't know if she said that. That's just my own words. He's a big black man. I was scared. What would I do? Oh my God.
Move. Wiggle to the left. A wiggle to the right.
So here's the question. Are we victim shaming by saying that though? Because Shannon Sharp is an older, my daughter just got saying that Shannon Sharp is an older gentleman. He's been in the game a long time. He was in, what did he play? Football or basketball, whatever we played.
Football.
So he know this game. So why would you be dating a 19-year-old?
Exactly.
I know the answer to that.
And why you feel like you got to stick your penis in her anal area?
That part. Yeah.
There's another, I know at least two other.
She's like, she said when she sent him a text, no means no, Shannon.
And what did he reply?
Huh?
What did he reply?
Of course, I'm sure against his lawyer's advice, he came on and did a whole video about, just like Diddy did, I didn't do it, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, and this is a shakedown. Tony Busby trying to ruin all black men.
Well, I tell you what, one day black men are going to realize that white women are not for them. We have black skin for a reason. Black go with black. White go with white.
Well, I ain't finna lie. That was gonna be my next step, Latricia. If I couldn't find nobody,
Girl, leave them alone.
I was gonna be like Serena and Eve because they are loved. They're being taken care of, and the men don't mind doing it.
Well, I mean, from what we can see.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. But no, I agree with you wholeheartedly that, from what we I'm gonna speak on athletes because I do have friends that are mixed marriages and mixed relationships that they're good. But I'm gonna speak on athletes. It seems to me, my opinion, from what I observe, is that oftentimes when our black men make it big, what they feel is a trophy is a white woman.
Right. Well, I will say this. I heard a black man say this. When
Mm-hmm.
a white woman does not just go into a black man's arms, they have to be hurt,
Mm-hmm.
have some sort of trauma, and they are in trouble. And the only person that is there right now is a black man. Because why would any woman jump into, well, any woman, even black women, because black men are so traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
we have endured whatever trauma with them, but white women have so many other options. And when a white woman jumps into a black man's arms, that's her last result. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like, you need some help. You need a family. You need something.
You need a
Like,
pat on the back.
exactly. We jump into their arms because they are our people.
Right.
But the black man is considered, I don't want, how can I say this? Not the cream of the crop when it comes to men. So why you, white woman who is supposedly this elitist, has this what do they call it? Privileged status, jump into a black man's arms unless you feel like he is here to rescue you.
So, do you think black men now? Because I've heard black men say, "Well, white women don't have all the drama. They're not bumping their guns all the time." Do you believe that?
Well, I think they're not bumping them gums just for the same reason that this black man said they in stress. You're their last resort. So what happens when you like, ooh, let me be quiet so I can get this done? You get right.
Let me try to hold on. Let me try to take it.
We blap our gums because we feel like we're here to nurture, help, heal, restore.
Mm-hmm.
They're quiet because their selves, is that right? Yeah. Need to be rescued.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like you have any, there's nothing you can say at this point
Mm.
because you need to be rescued from your situation. So white women jump into black men's arms because they feel like the black man has whatever they need to be rescued.
Okay.
Because
Well, I also
otherwise
think
they would go, huh?
I was gonna say I also believe that, like back in the day, some did it to be rebellious.
Yeah, it's still a thing of rescue.
Mhm. Right, 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 right. From their dad, little daddy,
Right.
little precious princess. Okay, so yeah, so for me, as we round out this part of the conversation, I think I usually feel sorry for everybody, but I don't feel sorry for him after reflecting on it, having some conversation with my kid, like because you're 50 something. I know we
Right.
still can make mistakes, but there's some mistakes you should look at what's happening out here in the world right now.
Right.
You see, all of this is coming back to get y'all from all this. You got your what's the boy name? OJ. Then you had Bill Cosby. You got P. Diddy. Like all these people are being caught up. Why are you still doing it? Because apparently this was just last year.
And why do you black men feel like this white woman really wants you?
Mhm. Well, yeah, yeah.
Why? Oh, you're so happy because a white woman wants you? The white woman wants you because you're her last resort.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
I do. I do.
Yeah, you're her last resort. She needs to be rescued. And the only person that's there right now is that black man. Because
And he has money now.
because 9 times out of 10, if a black woman had a choice, we would go somewhere else. Because how much love, how much I want to say love, how much peace, how much does a black man based on their life experience really have to offer?
You said how much love?
How much love, how much peace? I mean, we have very few black men that are just, oh, I love you, love you, love you, love you. I'm gonna give you everything, everything, everything. Huh?
I don't know.
You get what I'm saying? Because we, as black women, we always like, why don't he do this? Can he do that? Oh my God.
And then sometimes,
Huh?
sometimes we be like, well, I don't want to ask. If I ask, it's gonna be an issue.
Right.
You just don't say nothing.
Right. And our black men don't have, most of our black men don't have that that privileged mentality. They're trying to survive themselves. There's very few that are not really trying to survive themselves. We want to say professional athletes, they have their own set of issues being a professional athlete. Black businessmen have a whole set of issues being a black businessman. That's why you can go up to a white man who's a CEO and he will treat you very differently than a black man that's a CEO. A white man will be like, what you want? What you need? Let me do it for you. White man, a black man, I can't do it because I might lose my job. How many times have you heard a white man talk about, I might lose my job?
Never. Never thought about that, but you are so right. Yeah.
Is that right?
Because we don't have that entitlement. Like, well,
exactly. That's the word I'm looking for. We don't have that entitlement.
Yeah.
They do our black men do the best that they can with the love that they give.
Yep. And yeah. Okay, so poor thing. So the next one, this is very close to it. So had you heard about Anthony Edwards?
No.
Anthony Edwards is a basketball star who a woman got pregnant for him, and he had told her he didn't want no baby. She got pregnant.
Black or white? Oh, the black chick. Yeah.
And so he gave her all his, how much it cost for 18 years. Here you go.
Child support.
Me for nothing else. What do you think about that?
Well, I heard that he gave her money for an abortion. And she didn't go get the abortion. And then he gives her, this is not the first time I've heard of a man giving the woman the whole money for the 18 years.
I have never heard that.
I have. And what I would say is, I mean, good for him. The fact that he even had it to give. The fact that, I mean, it's sad that he does not want to have anything to do with the child.
Because it's going to hurt the child in the long run.
Well, maybe or maybe not. Because a bunch of us grew up with our daddies. But she will grow up without a daddy, but with money if the mama uses the money right. Yeah. Well, so for him, the fact that he gave it, that's good. Now we just have to look and see how she will manage it.
The money, exactly. Because from what I've read or what I know is that it's like, because I was like, well, she gonna come back later. But from what I heard, the writing is she can't come back for no more.
Right. The way that they wrote the right. And that's it.
Gary Owen, I went to see Gary Owen a week or so ago. He said, he brought it up and he was like, the first thing I thought was, that's fucked up. But the second thing he thought was, man, that's G.
That's what I'm saying. So the fact that I commend him.
So you're in the lifetime. I've done my duty.
Bye. Sometimes you have to pay for your freedom.
Yeah. And the fact that he told her. Now, this is my thing about that part, though. But and I say this all the time. I say this to my sister-in-law. You don't have to have a baby. Everybody act like they just have to have babies. There are so many pieces of protection out here in this world that you can at least try. I'm not saying it's 100%, but it's been helping people for a long time. Right. If you don't want any babies right now, you can't just depend on the woman for the birth control.
Right, but
especially these athletes.
Well, you know,
now they should get it.
The thing with these athletes, when you get high, you get tipsy or whatever. They're not thinking. Men just want the sex.
Well, you know what I've learned recently? All of them don't, but the athletes apparently do.
Right. Well, yeah, right. All of them don't, but there's more that do.
Yeah, I guess.
Than don't.
Yeah.
And that's across the board. White man, black man, Asian man, Mexican man. They all, when they see a booty pass by.
Did I tell you that at the Chicago Bar and Grill, one of the servers told me, yeah, this lady asked me, no, did somebody ask me tonight, did you have a butt pad? I was like, she told them, I ain't never seen her butt look nothing but I like it look today. First of all, why y'all want to know? And two, my butt does not look like there is a. And then I was telling my friend of mine, and he said, and he always say this, they must have been fat, and it must have been a woman. So silly. But he always said that when I say somebody did so, he said, well, they fat, Trina. You got to remember, people are jealous because you're not fat. And y'all, let me make a disclaimer. When I say fat, I'm using it as a joke. Ain't the best joke, but that's what he asked me. Because obesity runs in my family. It just missed me. But long story short, anyway, so she said that I was gonna say that it's just so many resources for birth control. I don't understand why no one uses it.
Right. And why you want to be pregnant from him? Why she didn't use protection?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, why are we? I'm including me.
Yeah.
So we're all on a level playing.
Right.
Why are we always walking around like we the victim? Why won't somebody take responsibility? Or if not all, some of just your part.
Just your part.
Just your part.
And just think, if you take care of your part, I'll take care of my part. Both parts are taken care of. No baby.
And you know, I said it a couple of shows ago. Why can't nobody control their body?
Oh, you sure did say that. Yeah. Yeah.
Why you just got to be laying up with somebody? Somebody that you know don't mean you no good. And nothing good is going to come out of the relationship. Nope. Oh, he don't do this. Oh, he don't do that. Oh, I'm so tired of doing this. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? If you tired
and that takes us into this. I'm sorry.
If you tired of rubbing his back, why you still rubbing it? You tired of letting him use your car, why you still giving it to him? You tired of taking care of his kids. Why are you taking care of them?
Yeah. We talk about this sometimes too, about, I always tell you, people don't want you to dance with their man. They don't want, girl, I don't want your man.
Baby.
It's so much trouble to get into out here without him. And I'm going to dance with him for 5, with a song lasts 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and I'm going to definitely send him back over there. Because I don't want your problem. And so just like I had a friend that was, I have to stop saying he was my bestie, because he wasn't. Because if you let somebody end our friendship, I think I said this already, we're not friends. But don't you know that you have him because I didn't want him already? He tried. And I'm not just saying that for me. That's for most women. Quit acting like somebody wants your man. We don't want them.
And guess what? They usually don't want them either.
They just don't want you to have them. Yes. And acting crazy about any little thing about that man of yours Child, please.
It really ain't your man. That's God's man. How about that? Anybody around here can talk to him, can dance with him, as you say,
Yeah.
can ride with him, can do whatever, and it not be anything. He just be a vessel that God is using. Like,
And he has
why?
to know how to control his body.
And I have to know how to control mine.
Yes.
Or the
Both
female
people.
has to know how to control
Yes.
her.
Both people have to know. Because my thing is, while you worried about me over here, or Sarah over here, or Trisha over here, you gotta worry about him too. Because if you trust him, you know he's not gonna do nothing. Because if he does something, then that don't have nothing to do with me. I mean,
and guess what? If you love yourself, you will understand that whatever he got going on with Trina
nothing to do with you.
Ain't got nothing to do with Trisha.
Mm-hmm.
Let him go have his little relationship with Trina and come back and have his little relationship with me. And you
Don't come over here
notice
with me,
I
though.
said little on purpose.
Don't come over here with me. Don't come over here with me. Cause I don't. Yeah, and all the when I
on over there with Trina and see what she got to offer.
I have nothing. I have bills. I have bills. Come say you want to pay some of these bills? I had to pay $250 for a windshield today. How about that? I don't have nobody paying my bills, so can't do nothing. But I will say I laugh. I tell all my friends know I say this when in our dance, whatever it is, they be like, you can't dance with her. Not me, but people. You can't dance with them, or you can't dance with them until you dance with girl. For what? Boy, go in there and have a good time. We both here to have fun. Go dance. Where you going? I'm here. We rode together. We ain't going up about each other.
And I think that's all a control thing. Why
it's insecurity.
You gotta control, yeah, insecurity, and you want to control what that man is doing. That makes you feel good. That's my man. I got him under lock and key. Da da da.
Baby, like anybody else want him. Now I will say this too, though. If your man strays off, that's him. And then with this group, organization, whatever community, they men come out by themselves sometimes. And because you be treating them like that when they come out with you, that's when you need to be worried about them when you don't come. Because then they get to break. Just like a preacher's daughter, they under lock and key. So when you let them loose, they loose. These same people, women that don't want you to talk or say hi to their men, they come there by themselves. They're uncontrollable.
Right. And who wants your little pitch and toe man? Girl, don't nobody want your
We don't.
We don't.
Please take him with you.
Right.
Put him on your little leash and take him with you. Because first of all, I don't want one like that. Oh, she said I can't talk to you. Then please get away. I don't even want nobody that's like that. I want you to respect your person, but that is a deal breaker for me for you to say you can't talk to this person.
And why do you join these dance clubs if you can't dance with nobody?
Exactly. So I used to say this. If y'all, and I've said this, I have chat shows to prove it. I have said, well, if you come in on a date, you explain to the person you're coming to a dance event or whatever kind of event it is like that. Other people are going to ask me, this is how this works. This is how this goes. If they're not dancing, right? And then if they still don't like it, then first of all, y'all might need to be together if you're somebody that likes to go dance. But two, don't bring them to a dance event when you're coming. Take them to a date place where y'all on a date. Because if I go, let's just say when I go to a swing out or dance thing, if I go with somebody, they know, right? They've agreed, they understand. But if I want to date and I don't want to be bothered with anybody or whatever, we go somewhere as a date where if somebody did come and ask me to dance, then it would be rude because we're not at this social couple dance event. You see what I'm saying? So I said, y'all need to go to the date place.
Okay. And guess what? You don't need to join these dance clubs if you can't dance with people. Why you join wine clubs? To drink the wine. You join birthday clubs to give away birthday gifts. So why join a dance club if we can't dance?
If we can't dance.
You
They feel like
you in the wrong club.
You gotta dance with him or her.
You in the wrong club.
Yep.
Pick another club and go get your bitches old man.
Go get you a sleepy little man.
Okay.
So here's another question. One of the questions for this evening. I actually posted it on the thing. It is, how much space is too much space? So someone sent and said they answered the question. They asked and then they answered. Let me see what it says. Because I think she said, well, why do you want space? I understand why they want space. Now she's in this particular person is in a long distance relationship as well, just like you are. And so they have a really good thing going. He do him, here, she do, whatever. And they trust each other. And when they get together, it's all fireworks and confetti. Right. I'm trying to see what else she said.
Well, let me say this. How much space is too much space? First of all, why are you so needy that you got to be under a man all day and all night? Don't you have something to do? Yeah. You don't have nothing to do? Like nothing? You don't have no other friends, no other activities? First of all, in order to be in a relationship, you have to learn how to love yourself. Be with yourself. Go and do what you need to do. Why your man need to go with you to get your hair done? Why your man need to go to sorority meeting? Why your man need to go with you when you go hang out with your girlfriends? You get what I'm saying?
Tell me, if your man lived here, how much would be too much of being around him? How many days would you want to spend with him?
If we lived in separate places. Let's say we lived on the same side of town. I think that would be depending upon what we had going on. Now, I feel like if we needed to be under each other, then let's get married or let's move in together. I've never lived with a man. If we just have to be in each other, get married, and let's just live together. I mean, live together. But as long as
then there still would be, I don't mean to cut you off, I'm sorry. Even if you lived together or got married, you would still have to have some space by yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Why do you have to be with your mama every day?
No, Lord Jesus, no.
Do you have to be with your daddy every day?
I would like to now.
But yeah. Do you understand? Your brother, your sister, do you have to be with them every minute? So why do we feel so compelled to be with a certain person all day, every day? Think about it like that. What makes them different?
Yeah.
What makes them different? Even when you were a toddler, you weren't with your mama every day. She put your butt in the crib.
As soon as they turn 2 and 3, they don't want you up under them either. They trying to get away. Exactly. I hold your dad. He trying to get down. Boy, you still a baby. Stay under me. So I get it.
Right. You get what I'm saying? You have my 9-month-old. Didn't even don't want to sit in your lap when it's sitting next to you.
And they do that little slide and how they slide out.
Yeah. Right. So why do you, that's the question. Why as a grown female person do you have to be under a grown man all day, every day? What's going on with you?
But how much space is too much space? When would you say, again, if your man lived here, because he lives out of town, so y'all have space. But how much space is too much space if he lived in the city? Because you have a different situation because he does live out of town. But some people have men that live here. And if you want to, you have to spend some time together or you're not together.
Right. Well, yeah. Some people I have been with guys and we would see each other on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you go to work on Monday. So that's just the most.
Right. But 2 days a week, 2 to 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Because you do have other stuff to do. You have a life. You should have friends.
You should have parties to go to. You
So would
should
you
need
make
a
this your priority though? So when you have things, when it comes time for you to schedule the week out, and do you wait for him to tell you, hey, these are things, and you say, this is what I got, y'all put your schedule, so then you go on through your week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You manage your schedule, but am I going to change my schedule because you at home tonight?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a good thing too. I think I've read that a lot, and talking to people all the time, you hear that people say, and that's for men and women, don't always be available, because then you'll be taken for granted if you're always available. What do you think about that? Oh, you're muted some kind of way.
What'd you say?
There you go. I said, what
Yeah,
I've heard.
because my phone was going.
Okay, so I've talked to people and read things. We've talked about it on some other shows, that the advice is always, don't always be available, and that's for men or women. Don't always be available, because it'll be taken for granted that, oh,
Right. You got to be out somewhere. Where you going? To the movies? Where you going? To what, a walk?
Yeah.
Where you going? Well, here's the deal with me. I like my time alone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really question and do all of that because I don't want you questioning me.
That part. Yeah, I get it.
You know, I feel like some people ask the questions because they want their mate to ask them, where are you? What are you doing? Da, da, da.
Yeah.
I will tell you what I'm doing. Oh, I got this today. I'm doing this show with Trina. Um, going this place, doing that, whatever.
Nothing specific.
No, it'll be specific. I mean, I'll tell you what I'm doing, but I'm
And
not.
also,
It's not. I don't have to have all the details.
right. Exactly. Yeah. Just sometimes I mean, I would want to know if you're going out of town.
I would definitely want to know if you're going out of
I want to know
town.
if you're going out of town. I think I have the right to know that. But no, I don't want to know I don't want to know your itinerary. Unless it involves me. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can know their itinerary. I gotta, they gotta go to work. I got this meeting tonight. I'm going to happy hour, that kind of thing. That's what kind of makes you feel secure, even with your children.
yeah.
When they're at home, you want to know, where are you? Where have you been? That sort of thing.
But see, then you feel like a child. So sometimes, in some cases, you feel like,
right. But
I
don't
want to say this. You said this. I got to open this gate up.
what?
My daughter, when she went to college the first year, my oldest, I didn't hear from, and we talk every day. My youngest one, we don't, but she was at home. But my oldest one, we talk at least once a day. And so I hadn't heard from that little girl in 24 hours when she went to college. Child, I can call everybody, all her friends. So she come back and said, my mama, you are so being dramatic. Because they're talking about, Jamie, you didn't call your mama because she looking for you. She didn't call. I said, and I will. Because I will not have somebody calling me saying my baby is covered in flies, because I thought, oh, she fine. She just out there hanging out.
In college? Girl.
I'm going to need to hear from you at least once a day. Especially if we talk, I was used to talking to her every day.
See, that was your codependency.
Well, I mean, I'm still codependent. Well, I'm better now than I had a boys.
Yeah, but
that was hard for me. I see that you did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to college, when I went to college, I didn't talk to my mom every day. She's always allowed me to be free and just trusted that I was making the best decisions. I'm the same way with my daughters. Now we have mother and daughter.
I want to hear her voice.
Yeah, but I mean,
but yeah. So I didn't do that anymore after this incident. But I did tell her, as long as I'm here, I'm gonna need to know that you're alive. So if I'm calling you and you don't answer the phone and I can't find you, because back then it was so many of another culture that they said, oh, she must be fine. She must be fine. I ain't heard from her in a week. And so they find they flies and dead in a room somewhere. That's what I was thinking about. But I got better. They don't. My little one, I had to. She's one that she's gonna make you, because she's gonna set her boundaries. I'm not talking to you. If I don't feel like talking, I ain't talking. Like, she don't say that, but she just ain't gonna answer the phone. So you be like, why you didn't answer the phone? I'm not gonna always answer the phone. And she talks just like that. I don't always answer the phone. I don't feel like talking. I don't feel like talking. So anyway, so the other question was, this is asked because I know we couldn't get them all in one night. Let me see which one I like best. Oh, getting to know your mate. So without, because you don't want to be, when you meet people out, when you meet them for the first time, no one wants to have the conversation. Well, what's your favorite color?
An interview, right? Nobody wants to interview.
Yeah. So
A
what do
date.
you normally do? Do you tell? Let me say this. Do you tell the person you meet for the first time, and y'all sitting there, I don't know, at a bar, just having a conversation? Do you say what you're looking for on the first date?
Maybe not on the first date.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
When
don't
do you
know
think is a
you.
good time?
I think you kind of grow into that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a let's enjoy the moment, and
Mm-hmm.
I can get to know you without. I mean, I will ask questions, but a lot of the stuff you get,
As
you
time
understand.
goes.
Well, not even as time goes, but you have to. You look at the way they handle the waitress.
Mm-hmm.
You look at whether how they handle the bill. You need to look at how they're dressed, what kind of shoes they have on, how well they're groomed, how they treat their family members, what their work ethic is, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of your questions will be answered. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then, after you've hung up, and then the energy. Because some people you might just not vibe with.
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah. Yeah.
energy's off. So you have to you sometimes you ask questions without asking questions. And
Mm.
then as it progresses, because you'll know if a person is your guy sometimes just by the way they speak.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not they open the door for you. I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
to ask you that.
Right. Right.
You're not the one.
So how did you know you and your guy? How did you realize he was one? Because y'all were friends first.
Girl, we met each other and we
When did
never,
he when did he become a name instead of just New York?
because he was New York. I don't know when the honestly, I don't know when the trend oh, I do know when the transition happened. When we went to New Orleans a couple of years ago,
Uh-huh.
and we had a whole conversation. And he brought it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, you've been holding that back." And he was like, "Oh, there's some conversations that you just need to have in person."
Right, right, right.
And
Yeah,
so he had that conversation. Then yeah, but otherwise, he was New York.
yeah. He was so New York. What New York coming? Well, I gotta talk to New York. Well, I'm gonna meet New York. Well, damn, when is New York gonna get a name? And when he got a name, I was like, oh, she in there.
Girl, because I'm like, I'm not serious until they become serious.
Serious, yeah. And I like that about you. I like that you are able to, you know, hold your own when it comes to that. And I think we all need to I guess learn that. We
Because, and
all.
let me tell you, if you don't, that's where the abuse comes in.
Mm-hmm.
That's where when you become a victim,
Mm-hmm.
because then you become a nagging,
Yes.
um, dependent
Mm-hmm.
person. You
Right.
have to be able. I mean, I say it all the time. You got to love yourself,
You do. And have
and
your
you
own
have to
life.
take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And if they want you to join them and join their tribe, then um,
And we,
accept it. You either accept it or you don't.
mm-hmm.
You know, and the main thing is to love yourself,
Yourself.
and then they can't help but love you,
Mm-hmm.
because men
But
like the fact that, oh, I'm gone and she don't care
yeah.
what
But
she doing. It's,
that's some, because there are some men that be like, you always gone. You always here. You
but
always
that's
here.
the way they showing that they care by even saying that.
But why say it to me if you got you and I got me? And well, and I'm not using me personally. I'm just saying in general. Why are you asking all those questions about? Why are you making those statements that you
because
always got?
because they really care and they scared. Come on now, Trina.
I mean, I'm just asking for the people.
Right. Well, because they are scared of a relationship, or I don't want to say of the relationship. They are scared of the unknown.
Mhm, mhm. Well, they should just go ahead and claim.
Yeah,
And I
but
did hear from some
it
men. I
takes
know.
time. It takes time for the girl. A man, men are built different than women. They have egos.
They
They
oh
have
God, yes,
they have egos, and I have just decided, Lord, you made them like this for real. And let me tell you, he not only made one man the way that he made men, he made a lot of men the way that he made them: black, white, Asian,
Mm,
Hispanic,
mm.
Jewish, Indian. They
But
all if they all built the same way, if they are a man.
manly man.
A man. They are all built the same way. A
Mhm.
grown man is not gonna argue with a woman. It's not
Oh, we're
gonna
talking
argue
about
with
this
a
today.
kid.
Yeah,
It's not gonna argue
we'll
with a
go back and
kid.
forth. Yeah.
And them kids will they let them kids run around, do whatever. They be like, stop it. And then what? Stop it. And what the kid do? They
Stop.
might stop. Right. Why
But Dietrich, man, all Dietrich got to do is say he can give a look, whatever it is he do.
you right. And a grown woman can too.
Yes, she can.
Am I right?
I'm teasing. Yeah.
I'm just saying
When you
a
get to a
grown
certain
woman.
point, and
Yeah,
yeah, they
a
know when to
grown
stop.
woman can too. A grown
Yeah.
woman can manage 45 kids. 45 bad kids.
Badass kids. You look, you need to walk in there in one of Jammer's classes one day so she can see how you be like getting up like
Don't play with me.
but when you say that though, let's just realistically though, there are some women that there are men who are needy as well and want their women to be there all the time.
Yeah, and that's and there are women for them.
Yeah. It just ain't you.
Some men have their wives pack their suitcase
Yeah.
when they go out of town, pick their outfits, do whatever. That's fine. That's the way y'all relationship goes. She
As long as I think as long as it's discussed prior to you actually living together or getting married, I think
right. And if that's what the man likes, and that's what you like,
want to do.
and that's what you want to do for him, just like you want to fix or prepare lunch for your children.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that your man has whatever it is that he needs,
Make them
just like
happy.
but he needs to make sure that you have whatever you need to be happy. It
Mhm.
goes both ways.
It does. Yeah.
But I feel like as a woman, we should not be victims of these men. Stop being so needy when it comes to a man. It doesn't make you any better to have a man on your side.
Yep. I agree. I agree. I totally agree.
And he abusing you because
But
you
I
all
do. Mhm. Go ahead.
you have these women are being abused because you don't know how to back off or how to take care of yourself or how not to be needy.
So here's what ChatGPT had to say about how much space is too much. In a healthy love, space shouldn't feel like a punishment. It should feel like breathing room. But if someone always needs distance, ask yourself, is it space or is it avoidance?
Okay, what is always? How do you define
How do
always?
you define
And
always?
let me ask you this: has Chat GPT ever had a relationship?
I'm just well, ChatGPT went and pulled it off of somebody's internet.
I'm just no,
I
somebody
get
gave.
that.
See,
Yeah.
somebody fed Chat GPT
ChatGPT.
that. So
Yeah.
you have to wonder, was a person who gave that information to chat, married, unmarried? Did the person have childhood trauma, or have they dealt with their childhood trauma? Because we all have childhood trauma. So let's just be very careful from where we get the information, because
right. No, I'm just putting that question. It was actually put out as like a question.
Right. No, I get it. I understand. So what is always, and what is too much?
But see, some people that I know, they will feel like always is somebody wants to see you, I guess, 4 or 5 times a week. They will see that as, oh, she always wants to be under me, or he always wants to be. Because I've been in that situation like, oh my God, this is too much. You know,
you're being smothered.
And that's what they're kind of saying. Is it space? And then sometimes you can tell when, let's just say, if you were in that relationship that y'all was together time, then that's how you could tell it's ending, because
maybe not.
I'm like that. When I don't want to do something more, I just roll out.
But guess what? It doesn't mean that it's ending. It just might be that you're in a different season. Like you may have a lot of work right now, or you may have some situations going on in your personal life. True. And how long will it last? We don't know. You have to go within, and you have to have conversations with God about these relationships.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Something too, people need to do that more. And I even did that, because I had a lady, I think I told you about this, a lady that had breast cancer. She knew when her man was her man, when she went through that. But what I'll say is that sometimes we forget to pray about it, to say, is this the right one? I did learn that. Hey, is this the person? Please let me know if, but when you ask that prayer, you've got to be willing to accept what is sent back to you.
And you got to wait on the answer. Yeah. Because there's this saying that no prayer or no question to God goes unanswered.
Right.
So he will answer your prayer.
Yeah. But you have to wait.
You got to wait.
That's why my book,
like he said, you got to accept it.
You got to accept it. And I mean, sometimes we just know stuff, like, and that was the conversation we had, you know, sometimes, and I'm saying men and women, we get these big ass red flags, red lights, the hazard things, and we still be trying to go forward.
Right. And and you said it, keyword, we still be trying. We can't try to make it happen. We got to let it happen.
And if it doesn't roll, and then, I mean, because like I said, I told you I read this book in the book club called Hearing the Voice of God, which at first before I read the book, I was like, I don't know, but how you hearing? But whatever. But I got it as I matured in the word a little bit. I know what that means. And so here's another one. When we talked about how do you know you're dating officially, this one says their take is, if you're confused, you're probably not exclusive. Clarity is love's best friend. What you think about that?
Pretty much. And if you need to add, I mean, you know, I always say he got to ask me.
I told him that at the beauty shop today.
And what they say?
I was telling about our show tonight, and then I was telling them, because I was on the phone with you for a while and I was there. I said, well, my friend, one of the questions that keeps coming up with people is that, does the man have to ask you for the real? I said, my friend said, no, if you're going on a second date, you her man, y'all go together. And they just they fell out laughing so hard. I tell them that all the
time. That's me.
Yeah.
Because like I said, me and my guy, we have been together since day one. We never left each other. Right. We have been together since day one. For me, it's energy. Now, everybody may not be able to pick up on energy, but if our energy is not good, then you're not the one.
Yeah.
If you ugly, you're mean, you know, you're
insulting. Ugly, not physically. You mean ugly.
Not physically. Your attitude is ugly. You're just not a good person, and you're not the person for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have that conversation, or do you just roll out?
I'm a Virgo.
Me too.
So, you too. So, sometimes we had a conversations. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just be like, I'm out. And
somebody I really, really care about, I will have the conversation.
You will have the conversation.
I've learned to do. I didn't used to like different conversations. I would just roll out. but I've gotten mature enough to where I can have it, especially if I know I want to be friends with you. I'd rather have a conversation.
A lot of times for me, we will remain friends if I just close the doors silently. Because you know how I can get down.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just let it go, and I'm gone, and you may not even know it because I'm still like, "Hey, how you doing?" Whatever.
I've done that.
Huh?
I've definitely done that, but what I don't do is I try not to just go away and not answer people's phone. I try because that was done to me before, and I said I will never do that. I'll either have the conversation or I'll just roll out, and yes, eventually we end up being cool. Like you see, hey, what's up? You know?
Right.
I don't have anybody in my life that I've ever involved in that we are not cool, except two people who are awful anyway. So we didn't need to be friends. But
I don't necessarily need a closeout meeting.
Yeah, the only time, again, the reason someone that really liked me and I really respected them, and we were good at talking. So I knew us sitting there having this conversation, we really just shooting the shit, and I was able to have a good deep conversation with them. And it went well because we just talked, and it was like after we said it was like, okay, cool. We still sat there and finished out whatever the hell we were doing, and we still friends right now. Like
right.
You know. But yeah, no. Sometimes it's just not a conversation. Like I just don't really like you like that.
Right. We can.
I don't like your energy right there.
I see you out. Hey, how you doing? Exactly. But do we need a closeout meeting? You did this to me. I did that to you. That I don't need that.
I don't need that. Good. No. I've never had one of those. Mine would just be while we these are just some things that I don't really want to do. And I try to blame it on me, but not because it is. I feel like it's me. It's me. It's something that I don't feel. But anyway, that particular conversation was a good, friendly kind of just chit chatting. But okay, so it don't have to be a closeout. I mean, you don't have to say. But don't be ghosting people, y'all. Don't be ghosting.
Don't be ghosting. You can still pick up the phone and say, "Hey," and then they ask you to go out. And
no, I don't.
You be like, no.
Yeah, we cool like this. Mm-hmm. I don't ghost people. That is really traumatic. It's really traumatic. It's not cool. Well, as we wind on down, that lady over there. What you think about some of our questions? We got so many more. How we think about?
God, I love this. I mean, my perspective might be a little different, but
that's what's cool about it, because
but it's my perspective, mm-hmm. And I'm okay with it. I think, you know what? I think we ought to add Chat GPT in this a little more often, just to see
what's out there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because it's interesting, and you wonder who is programming.
I know. So when I asked it tonight for those answers, when I told them the questions that I wanted to ask, that I wanted us to bring up, I said, please put some of your opinions into the questions. What I said. Mm-hmm. I got those answers. Yeah, so that's what made me do that. But we're going to have a man next week. We gotta get a man in here.
Who's gonna be the man?
I don't know yet. I gotta find one that's willing to come on and be open and honest. Dale asked the time, could he call in, but he ain't gonna call in.
You don't think so?
No, I think he's just talking, but I'll ask.
Now, and we need a man.
What? Yeah, he would be that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would be that. No. But I've thought about this friend. So I used to have this guy on the show all the time. He's mad at me right now because I told you I was telling somebody about not calling people females.
Oh yeah,
mad.
I would prefer them call me female than girl.
What about lady?
Lady is fine. I'm okay with lady. I just don't feel. I just don't feel like a woman.
I'm sorry, female and male. I pulled it up. Female and male those words are a gender versus I don't know the other word. That's why it's been said that's why people do it. But it's not really the etiquette, because male, female means
it's a gender, and it's the whole gender. She's a female.
Yeah. So when people say that female over there, and that is not appropriate. Look at it. So 14 tickets. On that note, if you don't mind me doing a little plug right quick, on Saturday, June the 14th, y'all. someone was buying a 10-person table. They bought 14 now, so they had to buy a 10-person table and a 4-person table. Anyway, but in June 4th is the So You Want to Dance live R&B music. I want to say festival extravaganza. It's right now we have about 5 or 6 musicians, including an amazing violinist that's going to be on this show. It is going to be a full day of live entertainment, line dancing. Like, it's going to be huge, and it is BYOB.
Where is it?
It's going to be at 7511 South Freeway, right off of Holly Hall. It's called The Studio. It's easy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and it's only at this time before May 15th. It is only $45 a person. And I want you to think about it this way. We pay $20 to go see one person at a venue. It's $45. You're going to get 5 or 6 of them.
At what time?
Oh, the doors open at 2 and doesn't close till 10. So you can come about 4 or 5 and see all the bands you want. Because the beginning, we're going to have line dancing. It's a comedian. The comedian will be a comedian. I'm trying to, BYOB. We're selling setups. Oh, and we're going to give away 2 scholarships in the name of my mentor that used to own the Red Rooster, and he passed away of COVID. Rest in peace, Tito. We're going to give 2 scholarships away in his name. I can't say the amount right now because we're raising money. So if there's anybody that wants to sponsor, make a donation towards the scholarship. And the scholarship will be anyone who is majoring in music or something musically entertainment, going to TSU, Texas Southern University. That's who the scholarships will go to.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Trish, I'm gonna need you on my scholarship committee to read over the whatever I end up using for
the applications.
Mm-hmm.
I have an electronic application.
You do?
Yeah, and you just send out the link.
That'll be perfect. Mm-hmm. So y'all think, and the tickets are $45 a person, but the tables for 10 are only $400. So that means you get a $5 discount. The table of 4 is $4 for $160.
And you have the flyer and everything already?
Everything's done. We got the link for you to buy your tickets. We have a link because we are still accepting vendors. We have some amazing vendors so far that's been reaching out. And y'all, one of the main questions I've been getting is, do y'all need a license or food permit for food? If they are like cookies that's already baked, you do not. But if it's food you're preparing, your barbecue, you're gonna have to have your food server's license. If your service license,
to sell. Are you having food trucks or are you having people?
I'm gonna have food right now. I think I have 2 food trucks. And let me just say, the vendor booths are only $75 and the food trucks are only $150.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
If you want to be a vendor, keep in mind that since it's such a long day, I only ask you once it starts at 2 that you can definitely shut down about 6, and you're welcome to come in and have free admission into the event. However, only 2 of y'all, you and your assistant. Anybody else, if you bring 4 or 5, I've seen people with 4 or 5 people in their booth, they gotta pay. I gotta pay people. So yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
We're also celebrating this back.
What is that?
Talking about their proclamations. People, I just never really paid attention to it, but I went and dug mine up when I saw everybody celebrating. And mine is actually for So You Want to Dance Day. It was Mayor Anise Parker, 13. So on May the 15th, where is it? May the 15th is actually So You Want to Dance Day.
Oh, nice.
I thought I would put it in a little frame one day.
Yeah.
So the event is on. The event is on the 14th because the 13th, of course, the 15th is a Sunday. So we'll be celebrating So You Want to Dance Day.
Make sure you put this flyer in our OES chapter.
I sure will.
And we can hopefully we get 4 people.
Yeah, we can. We will.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, you guys. We had a good time again. I'm glad you asked me. I think you were asking me before I turned on the thing. What is the feedback? The feedback has been great. We just gonna have to. We usually have these pop-up shows. We're gonna advertise. We got to decide on Sundays what day we're gonna have it, so people get notified we're gonna be on. But what I love is that people can look at it anytime. For the rest of the week, it'll be up. They can look at it, and they can always go to. Y'all can always go to youtube.com/chat with Trina. You can go there for YouTube, but also every Saturday at 3. Did he bump it up to 3? At 3, it's 2 o'clock. every Saturday at 2:00 because time changed. I will have a show. Our show will be on next Saturday, but I will send you. I'll put a flyer so you can be ready to listen to us on 105 The Block online radio station.
Okay, and hopefully one day we'll figure out how to get it on my page.
We go when I see you Saturday, maybe if I see you at the party Saturday.
Okay.
Make sure you send me that flyer. I want to see where that is. It's probably really
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, then. See you later.
All righty. Love you.
All right. Love y'all too. Where's the thing at?